Turning to this in Total Money, we all know someone who's getting older, a neighbor, a family member, a friend, and sometimes we start to notice small changes in how they manage their money. It might be easy to chalk it up to normal aging, but what if those financial slip-ups are trying to tell us more? Jen Burke from the Maine Credit Union League here to join us and help us understand, Jen, how these subtle shifts in financial behavior can be one of the earliest signs of dementia and why paying attention to those red flags early on can make a real difference. Jen, always good to have you here in studio.
Good to be here. It's obviously a timely topic that we're speaking about dementia and Alzheimer's today.
Very timely.
And you know, not everyone who is experiencing cognitive decline has financial troubles, but it is a sign of dementia, and research has shown that people are making financial missteps often years before an actual diagnosis. In fact, one study showed that in the 5 years leading up to a dementia diagnosis, people were regularly missing bill payments. So these are signs you need to look out for if you've got somebody that you care about and something seems out of the ordinary. It could be a sign. Okay, and you said
missed a regular bill payment. That's one of them. What are some other common signs?
Missing bills is a common sign. Overspending is another example. Falling victim to a scam for giving away money to a stranger. Even having difficulty making simple financial decisions, such as perhaps a tip when you're going out to eat at a restaurant.
Yeah. Maybe signing too much over on the tip
or not enough.
Yep.
Or not being able to balance a checkbook, or missing financial documents, your investment statements. Those are things that are, you know, trigger points for someone who's caring for an older adult to be on the lookout for. They might not seem significant, but they really do add up over time.
Oh, I'm sure they do. And we're talking about these kind of signs, and you know, we'll call them red flags, if you will. If you have somebody in your family that may be going through some of these things, you start to notice them. What should you do?
Well, I encourage a dialogue early on and regularly, so that if you do need to approach somebody you care about, they don't perhaps be as defensive. Like, talking about money is something that you just do in general with this individual. And then if you have any suspicion that something is going on, get them to a medical provider and have a cognitive exam done. And then you can also take simple steps to help simplify their finances. Set up automatic bill payments for their utilities, their rent. That way, if they do forget, those things get paid. And you can also set up alerts with their credit card provider, their credit union, in case of fraud or just unusual activity, and get them put on that do not call registry, so that they're not getting calls from folks asking them to sign up for services that they just don't need.
All right, Jen Burke from the Maine Credit Union League. Always good to have you in studio, and always great to hear the valuable advice you have. Thanks so much for coming in. All right, here's a look at what's coming up today on Channel 8.